I've done this show now. We've been doing this show since February, so I was always pretty calm about it. The only time I ever get nervous is if there's too many of like my own friends in the audience, because it's just weird performing in front of people that you know. I always tell the fans that. I'm like, part of the performance comes from us, and then another bit of it is them, you know, reacting to us, and there's a lot of like kind of crowd participation in our show that isn't in a lot of people's shows. Like we have this kiss cam that we make everyone. Everyone has fun, and everyone has fun doing it. But you know, the crowd has to actually like, because even when I go to shows, I end up sitting down and kind of watching, because sometimes you just get so in awe, you just start watching, you know. And then we made them kind of do more than just like watch. We really keep them like involved in the show. For some parts of the tour that we couldn't bring, because some of the places weren't set up for like our tongue and our hot dog, we actually couldn't. They don't have the pieces to set it up. And so I was like, what am I going to do? You know, I started freaking out about what I was going to bring and how I was going to replace that. And then I started thinking the last time I was there, and like the freedom that I felt like the Brazilians had, and all the colors, and I wanted to bring that to the show. So there's like a passion and like an excitement. I guess maybe it's because I don't know if it's, I'm sure it's with a lot of artists, because even, you know, like Justin always loves being there, and Rihanna loves going, all my friends love going when they get to perform in Brazil, because there's just this like energy. And again, it's like so important. You know, you go to some places in the world, and it's funny because it's culturally it all changes. When we were in Europe, there were some places where at first I was like, okay, I feel like they hate me, but they were actually just being polite. You know, they were like really watching the show. And then in Brazil, it's the complete opposite. It's like they're not hearing anything I'm saying. They're just screaming, and it's cool. That they probably wouldn't do it if they knew me that well, because they would realize that I'm super like, I'm definitely not normal. I'm a freak, but I'm a freak in like this weird like arty kind of way. I'm actually like the most normal human being ever. Like when I'm in my room, I'm not doing anything fancy. I don't have people up there like pop starring out over me and like doing my nails and doing my makeup. I'm like usually in my room eating room service, like watching movies with my pig, you know. So it's like, I don't think they'd probably fan out as much if they actually knew that I was like really chill. A lot of my fans, even like in Brazil, because they've watched me for so long, since I was so young, they feel even more connected. And I think that's why people also feel so entitled to opinions about me, is because they've watched me for so long that they feel almost like they know me more than anyone else. But I feel like I'm doing such a good thing for women, which is like empowering them just to like embrace themselves. And if you see the show tonight, you'll see, I mean, no one, like, I don't know any girls that get bras and underwear sewn of them, and I do all the time. Like, they don't see this besides the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. And every time anyone says that, I'm like, yeah, and they're all dudes. Like, what girl do you know that has that? And it's this this kind of like sexuality that isn't made just to appeal to men, which I love, you know. It's just, it is embracing sexuality, but not just of what it's supposed to be for like the opposite sex kind of thing. It's cool. You know, people are always going to be like insecure with their sexuality sometimes, and it's hard to like just be 100% who you are. But especially, you know, some places in the world we're going to, it hasn't, you know, the evolution hasn't gone there yet, you know, and people aren't as comfortable with, you know, girls kissing girls, guys kissing guys. It should, you know, and I express to people how that part of the show, I'm going to put all of them up on the kiss cam, and everybody's going to get celebrated. Just celebrate love, period. I think these couples out there that they're not sure how to feel, like they don't know if they want to get put on the big screen kissing, you know, their boyfriend or their girlfriend, and then they see me and they see me like being so happy and being so free that then they get it themselves. I always tell them there's nothing you're going to do that's going to piss people off more than I already have. So you can do whatever you want and no one's going to judge you. What's up, everybody in Brazil? I am coming so soon. You guys have been asking me every day on my Twitter, on my Instagram. It's so cool. So I'm finally going to be there, and I hope to see y'all too.